Hello friends and welcome to Sigma Savvy AG, my channel where you can learn about project management, agile methodologies and quality concepts. I'm your host Amit Ghai, and in this video I am going to talk about project charter, that is an important component of project initiation. A project charter is a document that defines the scope, objectives and stakeholders of a project. It is a key tool for initiating and planning a project, as it provides a clear direction and a common understanding of what the project is about and why it is important for organization. Let us first look at the business case. A business case is a field in the project charter that describes the reason and justification for initiating a project. It answers the question, why are we doing this project? A business case typically includes following information: the problem or opportunity that the project aims to address, the benefits and value that the project will deliver to the organization and the stakeholders, the alternatives and options that were considered and why they were rejected or selected, the cost and risk associated with the project and how they will be managed during the course of project, the assumptions and constraints that affect the project feasibility and the viability. The business case is an important document that helps to align the project with the organizational strategy and goals. It also helps to secure the project approval and funding from the project sponsor. A business case should be clear, concise, compelling to convince the stakeholder that the project is worth investing in. The next is the problem statement. It is a field in the project charter that defines the specific issue or challenges that the project intends to solve. It answers the question, what is the problem that we are trying to fix? To write a problem statement, you need to consider the following points. What are the pains we are experiencing? This is where you describe the current situation and the negative effects of the problem. You should use quantitative data and matrices to support your claim. For example, you may say our customer satisfaction rate has dropped by 15% in last 6 months due to frequent delays and errors in our order processing system. What are the opportunities? This is where you describe the desired situation and the positive outcome of solving the problem. You should also be quantitative data and matrices to show the potential benefits. For example, by improving our order processing system, we can increase our customer satisfaction rate by 20%. And we can also reduce our operational cost by 10%. Then the third point is, how long has the problem existed? This is where you provide some background and context for the problem. You should explain how and when the problem started and how it has evolved over the time. For example, the problem began when we upgraded our order processing system 2 years ago. Since then, we have experienced frequent system crashes, data losses and security breaches. With this, we make our problem statement comprehensive enough to convince our sponsors that this is a problem worth investing. Now let us look at the project objectives. Objectives typically include the following information: the key process indicator KPIs that will be used to measure the project success and the progress, the target values and the thresholds that will be used to evaluate the project performance and quality, the time frame and deadline that will be used to complete the project objective, the alignment and contribution of project objectives to the organizational strategy and goals. To write the project objectives, you need to consider the following points. What are our improvement objectives and targets? This is where you describe specific and quantifiable results that you want to achieve by solving the problem. You should use SMART criteria, that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time bound to define your objectives. For example, reduce the order processing time by 50% within the 6 months. How much do you want to achieve? This is where you specify the target values and the thresholds that will indicate the level of achievement and satisfaction for your each objective. You should use a realistic and attainable numbers that are based on the data and analysis here. For example, achieve a customer satisfaction rate of at least 90% and a defect rate of less than 5% we will achieve through this project. Now let us look at project scope. Project scope is a field in the project charter that defines the specific boundaries and deliverables of the project. It answers the question, what are we doing and not doing in this project? Project scope typically includes the following information: the boundaries of the project, which are limits and constraints that define what is included and excluded from the project. For example, the project scope may be specify the geographical area, the time period, and the budget of the project. The process that project will address, which are the activities and tasks the project team will perform to achieve the project objective. It also specifies the deliverables the project will produce, which are tangible and intangible outputs. For example, the project scope may list the product, service, product lines, reports, documents that will be created or delivered during the execution of this project. Let us now look at key milestones. The key milestone is a field in the project charter that defines the major events and deliverable that marks the progress and then the completion of the project. It answers the question when we will achieve the project objective. The project milestone typically include the following information: the name and description of each milestone, such as start and the end of the project phase, the approval of a document, the delivery of a product, or the achievement of the goal. It also includes the target date versus the actual date also for each milestone. Now let us look at team selection. Team selection is a field in the project charter that defines the roles and responsibilities of the project team members. It answers the question, who will work on the project and what will they do? The team selection typically includes the following information: the name and position of each team member, such as project manager, the project sponsor, the project coordinator, the project analyst, developer, etc. The skills and qualification of team member, such as their education, experience, etc. The responsibilities and tasks of each team member, such as their scope of work, deliverables, authority, and accountability. Now let us first read a case study and then we will generate a project charter on this. RMT Innovation is a business process outsourcing company operating in India. It's kind of a BPO. Life Easy Insurance, a company from UK, has outsourced its claim process to RMT. Claim process was migrated to RMT Innovation in January 2020. There are many issues with the quality standards at the moment. The process has not met the required expectation. As a result, the backlog has increased and transactions have taken higher turnaround time than anticipated. Considering the last 4-month data for RMT, the average quality of the process is 64% against a target of 90%. This may result client dissatisfaction, revenue generation, and majorly contributing to client penalty against the process performance for last 2 months. RMT is in trouble. Improving quality will help both Life Easy and RMT to reduce the turnaround time of the services. This will also result in reducing operating costs for RMT. Now let us look at the project charter for this case study. Looking at the business case, RMT Innovation is a business process outsourcing company operating in Delhi, India. Life Easy Insurance is a company from UK that has outsourced its claim process to RMT. So this is the background. Claims process. The claims process was migrated to RMT Innovation in January 2020. There are many issues with the quality standards. The process has not met the required expectations. So we have started with the problem area. Considering the last 4-month data for RMT, the average quality of the process is 64% against the target of 90%. This may result client dissatisfaction, revenue generation, and majorly contributing to client penalty against the process performance for last 2 months. Here we are giving the numbers. Improving the quality will help both Live Easy and RMT to reduce turnaround time, and this will also result in reducing operating costs. So here we are talking about the opportunity. Now look at the problem statement. It has to be smart. During the period March 10 to May 10, the average quality performance on the process was 64% against the target of 90%. There is a serious need to improve the quality of the process as the escalation and negative feedback has increased. This problem statement is helping me to convince my management that this project is worth investing. Now look at the team members. Stakeholders is the business leader, champion is the vice president of my company, sponsor is AVP, MBB is the master black belt considering it is a Six Sigma project, then LBB, that is Max Do, and then we have also mentioned couple of the team members here. Now look at the specific, measurable and achievable goal statement to improve monthly process quality from 64% to 90% by 31st December 2020. So I have also given the timelines. Looking at the project scope, project in scope is associates in the production currently effective October 2020. So this is my in scope or my start boundary. And then project out of scope, associates in the training, any new work or queue that is added, and the claim process at RMT India itself. By defining this project scope, I have created my boundaries that what I am going to do, what I am not going to do. So with this example, it is clear to us that how to convert a problem statement into a complete project charter. Now let us look at the scheduling part of a project charter that mentions the milestones. So in the milestones, the first column talks about the various phases. The project start date, define, measure, analyze, improve and control. The 5 other phases, considering this is a Six Sigma project. The milestone may be different for the different methodologies. Then next we mention the start date and end date for each of these phase. So for define, the start date is 15 June 2020 and the end date is 10th July 2020. Overall, at the end of the control phase, we look at here, the control phase will end on 15 December 2020. So it's about 6 months project, and that is a typical to a Six Sigma DMAT project. With this help of the milestones, we will be able to measure our progress against the certain timelines, and also we would be able to declare at the end of the project what are the accomplishments and what we have achieved till a certain date. So project closure requires a certain timeline. Be specific to all of your milestones while creating a project charter. This brings us to the end of this video on project charter. I hope you have learned about the purpose, components and benefits of a project charter. We also learned how to write one of your own project with a case study. A project charter is a vital document that defines and initiates a project and provides us a clear direction and a common understanding for the project team and the stakeholders. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel Sigma Savvy AG, the channel where you can learn about project management and quality. I will be posting more videos on these topics, so stay tuned and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Thank you.